F1 fam, buckle up for the wildest ride yet. Lewis Hamilton's late race defiance in Azerbaijan has Ferrari's paddock in a total meltdown. And according to the transcript, it's exposed a rift that could sink their championship dreams. Meanwhile, Christian Horner's official exit from Red Bull, rumored to be worth a mind-blowing $60 to $100 million, is rocking the grid. And hold up, Max Verstappen's gone from no chance to eyeing a title fight, while Red Bull's driver lineup is a hot mess. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix was an absolute train wreck for Ferrari, and the transcript lays it all out. Qualifying was a disaster. The team botched Lewis Hamilton's strategy, leaving him high and dry, while Charles Leclerc put it in the wall, killing their shot at the front row. In the race, Hamilton was flying on fresher medium tires, closing in on Leclerc, who was slowed by battery issues for the first 20 laps. Per the transcript, Ferrari told Lewis to let Charles by to avoid losing time, but at the race's end, they asked him to give the position back. Lewis lifted, barely crossing the line, just 0.4 seconds ahead. He called it a misjudgment, saying, "I was zoned in on the car in front." Still hopeful maybe would blow up, chasing a 0.001% chance to pass. The paddock's buzzing. Was this a deliberate power move? This isn't just one bad weekend. The transcript reveals Ferrari scored a pathetic 26 points since the summer break, less than a single race win. Compare that to Williams and Racing Bulls, and it's humiliating for a top team. Fred Vassar, quoted in the transcript, claimed Ferrari's car mirrors McLaren's. When McLaren is good, we are right there with them. When they're not, we suffer as well, but the data tells a different story. McLaren's Lando Norris, despite a brutal 4.13-second pit stop, the slowest in Baku. Per the transcript, still fought for points. Ferrari's P8, P9 finish was a disaster, especially when Carlos Sainz, now at Williams, bagged a podium. The transcript notes Sainz was 18th in the championship before Baku, struggling to adapt to Williams' car. But he nailed qualifying amid red flags and worsening conditions to secure P3, his post-race claim. "All the drivers that have changed teams, I've been the one who adapted best. Spicy, Carlos." But one podium doesn't erase a rough season. Ferrari's woes go deeper. The transcript highlights McLaren's pit stop struggles, 36th and 37th slowest stops over the races. Per Andrea Stella's comments about outdated hardware, Ferrari's pit crew is likely in the same boat, with no specific times mentioned but clear execution issues. Then there's George Russell's insane Baku pit lane entry, the fastest of any driver. Per the transcript, which helped him snag P2, Ferrari, they're stuck in a DRS train, unable to capitalize. The transcript also mentions Williams' Franco Colapinto outpacing Alex Albon in race pace, but his qualifying crash, similar to one last year, has Flavio Briatore questioning his future. Ferrari's strategy blunders, driver tension, and poor execution are piling up, and the paddock's starting to notice. It's tempting to blame Ferrari's struggles on bad luck or Baku's tricky 90-degree corners. Vassar, per the transcript, insisted they're more positive on the performance side since Spa, and Hamilton echoed this, saying they're starting to understand how to get the best out of the car. Sounds like they're turning a corner, right? But the evidence paints a bleaker picture. Leclerc's battery issue cost him crucial pace for 20 laps, and Hamilton's qualifying flop was a team error, not his fault. The transcript notes Ferrari's dismal 26 points since the summer break, outscored by midfield teams like Williams and Racing Bulls, even McLaren, with their own pit stop disasters, outperformed Ferrari thanks to better car pace. Then there's Williams' resurgence. The transcript reveals they've scored over 100 points this season, a huge leap from their 138 points in 2016. Sainz's podium was no fluke. He capitalized on qualifying chaos, red flags, and worsening conditions to secure P3. The transcript also notes Colapinto's strong race pace, though his qualifying crash has Briatore doubting him. Compare that to Ferrari's P8, P9, and it's clear who's executing better. McLaren Stella, per the transcript, admitted their pit stop hardware needs an upgrade, and Ferrari's likely facing similar issues. The transcript mentions Mercedes' Kimi Antonelli holding his own in Baku's cool conditions, which suited their car, but his season-long struggles raise questions about rushing young drivers. Ferrari's problem, strategy errors, driver missteps. And now this team orders drama suggests a team unraveling, not recovering. Here's the bombshell. Straight from the transcript, Hamilton's misjudgment in not fully giving Leclerc the position back was no accident, it was a statement. Lewis said, "I was quicker in that moment, but Charles was gracious to let me by. I missed it by 4/10. The transcript suggests he deliberately held his ground, possibly to prove he's faster than Leclerc, Ferrari's longtime golden boy. Vassar's claim that P8 or P9 doesn't matter feels like damage control, especially when Hamilton was quicker on merit after a long stint on hard tires switched to mediums. The paddock's buzzing. Is Hamilton already clashing with Ferrari's favoritism toward Leclerc? This dramatized into bigger issues. The transcript notes Ferrari's car was not far off McLaren's pace, but their strategy tanked their weekend. Leclerc's qualifying crash and early battery woes cost them dearly, while Hamilton's pace late in the race showed what could have been. The transcript even compares this to a past incident Valtteri Bottas' abort your fastest lap moment in Zandvoort, where he crossed the line too late. Hamilton's move feels like a deliberate flex, and the most revealing part, it could ignite a season-defining power struggle at Ferrari. With Hamilton asserting his dominance and Leclerc struggling to keep up, the stakes are massive. Ferrari's 26 points since the summer break put them in a hole, especially with McLaren and Red Bull stepping up. The transcript details McLaren's pit stop woes Norris's for 0.13 second stop, and 36th, 37th slowest stops over to races, but their car's pace kept them competitive. Stella's push for hardware upgrades, per the transcript, highlights a fixable issue, but Ferrari's execution is just as bad, if not worse. Their car should be competitive, per Vassar, but their P8, P9 finish shows they're dropping the ball. Singapore's next, a track where tire management and pinpoint strategy are critical. If Ferrari fumbles again, they could kiss the Constructors' title goodbye. Hamilton's move to Ferrari was supposed to be a game changer, but if the team keeps prioritizing Leclerc, could Lewis demand changes or even question leaving Mercedes? On the Red Bull front, Horner's exit, confirmed in the transcript, is seismic. He's on a 9-month gardening leave with a rumored $60 to $100 million payout. That's massive, but Horner's not done. The transcript mentions potential moves to Cadillac or Ferrari in 2026, which could flip the grid. Laurent Mekies, Red Bull's new boss, is shaking things up, with Verstappen and Helmut Marko praising a more technical perspective and less reliance on simulations. The transcript notes Red Bull's car is thriving on low downforce tracks like Baku and Monza, running closer to the ground for more performance. Max, 69 points behind Piastri and 44 behind Norris, per the transcript, isn't ruling out a title challenge. Just weeks ago, he called his chances 0.00 recurring percent, but now he's saying, I don't think about it. After Abu Dhabi, we'll know. A win in Singapore, a track he's never conquered, could make the championship race electric. Then there's Red Bull's driver saga. The transcript highlights Yuki Tsunoda's solid Baku performance. With Marko saying his lap times were almost on par with Max, Tsunoda played it safe, avoiding risky moves to secure points, which frustrated Norris, who was stuck behind him and Lawson in a DRS train. Lawson's P5 from P3 was clutch, showing he can handle pressure. But EFTA prospects like Oliver Behrman and Kimi Antonelli are faltering. Behrman's recent EFTA mistakes and Antonelli's uneven season are noted in the transcript. Antonelli was excellent in Baku's cool conditions, per the transcript, but his season-long struggles raised doubts about rushing him into F1. The transcript also mentions Mercedes' strong performance in Baku's cooler temps, similar to Montreal, where they nearly got a double podium. Choosing the wrong driver could cost Red Bull the Constructors' title. What's next? For Ferrari, can Vassar get Hamilton and Leclerc on the same page? Or is this team orders drama the start of a full-blown feud? The transcript suggests Hamilton's frustration is growing. Could he push for strategic changes, or even question his Ferrari move? Their 26-point haul since the summer break screams trouble. Will Singapore be another flop? For Red Bull, who gets the second seat? Tsunoda's consistency, Lawson's Baku heroics, or a risky bet on Behrman? The transcript hints at Horner's future Cadillac or Ferrari in 2026 could be a game changer. And what about Max? If he wins Singapore, the 69-point gap to Piastri could shrink fast. Then there's Williams. Sainz's podium is huge, but will Briatore keep Colapinto after his crash? Or is Albon the safer bet? The transcript also raises questions about Antonelli. Has Mercedes rushed him too soon? Drop your predictions in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more F1 madness. What's the biggest story to watch?